Alright, for here, we're going to be,
Looks like whatever was here was taken long ago.
I finished
How
a
did you get
Ditanoid.
down here?
The ink demon can spawn
It
there.
pays to carry a rope. You should try it.
Look, I know where we have to go, but it's not gonna be pleasant. The ink demon has something that we need. I'm going after him.
You want to go to his lair? Are you crazy? That's death.
That's where the trail seems to lead.
Well, it's probably close by. Probably through that door. But it won't be easy to open. I'll need 3 gears, a crowbar, some kind of counterbalance. Huh. Well, that works too. I guess.
And then there's my desk.
Hey, here's my old desk. I wasted so much time in this chair.
Quiet. Don't make any noise.
Forgot about this.
Wow. I've never seen this before. I don't see any way around. Nothing to build a raft with.
We'll have to wade across.
We can't. We're not like you, Henry. If we go in there, well, a drop of water in the ocean is rarely seen again.
And I guess it's all up to me. And I don't even know what I'm doing here. I don't even know why this is all happening to me.
You're here for a reason, Henry. There's always a reason. Even when you can't understand it. It's time. Set us free.
My thoughts, since this game is already, like, you know, super old, not super old, but like 7 years.
They could have at least given me a
Yeah,
weapon.
7 years. Henry's some sort of, like, false prophet, almost, like a god, to these people. That Joey put into their minds. Oh, not this part. This part's kind of obnoxious. Boris. This part's cool, but then there's a very obnoxious part to play.
It's simply awe-inspiring what one can accomplish with their own hands. A lump of clay can turn to meaning if you strangle it with enough enthusiasm. Look what we've built. We created life itself, Henry. Not just on a silver screen, but in the hearts of those we entertain with our fancy moving pictures. But when the tickets stopped selling, when the next big thing came along, only the monsters remained. Shadows of the past. But you can save them, Henry. You can peel it all away. You see, there's only one thing Bendy has never known. He was there for his beginning, but he's never seen the end.
Already one taps. Oh god. This is gonna be hard. I haven't done this in years. I played this game before I beat it, but I haven't done it in years. Safe here. How many switches? I think one more. So I'm probably going to do a lot of off-camera playing. Damn it, so I can map out where all the switches are, so when we go for the no death run, I can easily get that done. Because if we want to get that secret at the very beginning of the game, chapter 1, we need to go through the entirety without none. Stick to the sides, shouldn't I be fine? There it is. Yeah, you can just hug the walls. Seemingly one more. Ah, damn it. One more switch. That's a good trick. Hug the walls and just watch out. If any of you play this, hug the walls. This part can be obnoxious, but it is fun when you're playing it. Cause it's so new to this game. Alright, go. Hasn't said like they can't run for it. Almost ran into that. If you're willing to take your time, wait until he runs across from you. I don't know why I'm trying to rush this. I got time. Okay. And I think it maps, like, his movement is mapped out. There's no randomness to it. It'll seem random, but it is all choreographed. You don't want to be like, you don't want to stand there in any of these crossways because you will run through. See? Gotta be careful there. I almost died. I was taking my own advice. Everybody. I got all the levers. Wow. We're gonna make a bit of a run for it. Probably want to hug around here. I'm gonna wait for him to come down this way. Okay, run here. I'm gonna wait and see if he comes back down. Back is he running? I don't think he can chase you down this way, but just in case, better safe than sorry. You can already died already 40 times or something. I know there's a weird boss you have to fight in an area like this in the Dark Revival, but I'm not too sure. Oh, here. Oh, was I supposed to run? I might have been supposed to run. Oh, I get it. It's like boring. Yeah, I take back what I said. This segment is really fun. Watch this. I like this part. art's cool. That's something I want to point out right now is a lot of people think Joey and thought Joey was the Ink Demon. I have this plushie, this exact plushie, the one that this is based off. I have it. I've had it since like the beta or since they first released merch. Nope, can't open that. Okay, bathroom. Yeah, a lot of people think Joey was the Ink Demon.
Henry!
I don't know. I don't think
So soon. I didn't expect you for another hour yet. Now you're just trying to impress me. But I know. You have questions. You always do. The only important question is this. Who are we, Henry? I thought I knew who I was. But the success starved me. Nothing left but lines on a page. In the end, we followed two different roads of our own making. You, a lovely family. Me, a crooked empire. And my road burned. I let our creations become my life. The truth is, you were always so good at pushing, old friend. Pushing me to do the right thing. You should have pushed a little harder. Henry, come visit the old workshop. There's something I need to show you.
All right, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
we beat the game. We're not gonna skip this because this whole end credits is awesome. Is that? Oh no, I think that's actually hinting towards the next game. Because there's an part in the next game that's kind of like that. Alright, we're just gonna... Henry Stein.
Tell me another one, Uncle Joey.
Yeah, it was like, you can tell, like, the whole actually making the game was a very small team. So, like, some of the choppy animation can be excused. Because in the next game, since it was already a huge franchise, huge game for them, all the merchandise money, they could afford an actual team. Yeah, that's what I wanted, the archives. Okay, we're checking that out. 4 hours. We beat the game in about 5 hours. This is what, so when you went to the area where we got jump scared by the Ink Demon at the very start of the game, when you would go to power it up, you would just see the ink machine getting raised up. That was all you would have. It was just a room And then it was that. So, yeah, major. I'm kind of happy that didn't make it. It's cool looking, don't get me wrong, but like, just this was in the alpha. Scared a lot of people when they first played it. This was the beta. Uh, yeah, actually. The beta and Ink Bendy don't actually have too much of a difference. I think his hand gets larger, his legs get skinnier, and he just gets a little skinnier. And a larger hand. I do like what we ended up with, though. But I do remember that. Yeah, this guy's kind of cool. Sammy Lawrence has to be, I think, my favorite. I just like him. Yeah, I forgot. This was the original Searcher, so they wouldn't have that puddle. Because Chapter 2 came out during the beta. Yeah, just a few weeks to create the beta for Chapter 2. I can see where, like, the Mega Blocks stuff comes from. I do like, once again, what we get with the Final Searchers. You can actually, there's a lot more emotion in them. Beta Sammy and Final Sammy. I like Final Sammy more because his straps fit. He also gets more tone, like muscular, which makes sense with what Susie Campbell said in one of the audio recordings. But Beta Sammy does have that, like, just charm to him from the original. Yeah, there wasn't too much of a difference between the original Alice Angel when she was like first made in Chapter 3 and now. I don't think they really cared enough because you didn't see her too much, whereas she's new, so is he. I like the mechanical arm. I like what they did there. Yeah. So that was what you would see in the little room where we got the wrench from. So you would just see that corpse, and this was before we saw Boris as an actual, like, companion-ish. And I like it. It has a little charm. And then you get this guy. And then Brute Boris. Yeah, the Butcher Gang, they didn't really have an OG design because it wasn't around in the beta. Chapter 3 was still when they were selling all of them separately, and I still have them separately bought on Steam. Whereas now when you get the game, it all comes as one. And there's not much here, but it's one of my favorite parts. Just because you get to see everything when it first came out and all that. It's also in the Haunted Mansion, so I like that. Henry Stein. Because he's not there, you don't actually ever see him. Once an equal business partner of Joey Drew, Henry Stein was a talented animator and a character designer until leaving the company around 1930. His place in Joey Drew Studios' history is somewhat undocumented, but he's often rumored to be the true creator behind many of the studio's most memorable creatives. And I think, and that adds on to my idea of him being a false prophet to everyone. Bendy and the Machine began when a developer/cartoonist known as the Meatley experimented with bringing a sketched 2D style into the 3D world. After turning the idea into a horror game, Chapter 1 of the game was created in a little under a week with programmer/friend Mike Mood, and released on February 10th, 2017, 7 years old. Much to their surprise, it struck a chord with global indie gamers almost overnight. Wow, I didn't know that part. The Meatley and Mike Mood decided to drop all other projects to work on Bendy and tell the most unique ink story. The entire game was developed a chapter at a time in a year and a half. What is that? And a small but dedicated group of indie developers. Although the concept and the story remained as originally intended, the game changed over development as characters and models were refined from their early thrown together versions. This archive is a peek behind the scenes at that process. Yeah, I applaud to them because these are some really detailed designs. Like, you can tell by the early on ones that they did pretty good for what they had in a week. Like, this, He doesn't have any arms or anything. Like, you didn't really see in like his size. His size would probably be what was most terrifying in this mic. And the beta searchers, like you can tell they were made under a week, and then you can tell they really wanted to put some work into improving the designs. Like Sammy, they put a lot of work into redesigning him. Like straps don't fit in his arms. There's nothing, so any audio logs wouldn't make sense saying how he's like handsome or refined. And that's. I do wish that I do want them to go back to this game and release the alpha versions and beta versions as DLC content. I don't care if I have to buy them. I think it would just be really cool. But yeah, it's just... And then say we go back to... So we're going to go back to chapter 1. I didn't actually do too much of that in chapter 5. You would see me using it sometimes, but I didn't actually take too much time to look at all of it. This has to be one of my... This is my favorite horror. It's not too scary.
Alright, Joey.
But like...
I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
I just can't help but love it. Turn back. People are thinking that's the amount of times Henry's looped around. Because it says, I'm sorry, buddy. I like that. And then that would give the idea that it's Henry. Is the one who's leaving all these invisible messages.
Hey, here's my old desk. I wasted so much time in this chair.
Yeah, it's just... This game isn't the best. It is.
Looks like they knocked out a wall or two
certainly
after I
hasn't
left.
stood up to what
Guess it
horror
took a few
games can
people to
be now.
replace me.
But the fact... Like, it's just... I like it. It'll keep its charm, and it's... Still a very good series. We're gonna finish this video off by just exploring and replaying Chapter 1. In every direction. There never was a choice.
This lift could use a few dry
And
cells.
so, back on what was beta stuff, you didn't actually have this sequence. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember fully, but you just power it up. You just go over to it and
Let's see what you're
turn
hiding
it on.
there, old friend.
And this, it's relatively similar. You're not going around the whole screen with like power stuff. And this was such a tiny room. Like, if you're taking the size of that, the room was about two of those wide, maybe 1.5 of those wide, and then 2 of those long. Like, it wasn't very big. It was smaller than that, even. It's... I don't know. I'm gonna be saying this a lot. I can't help but love this game. Now, if we had beaten the game without dying and gotten every single soup, we would have been able to come back here and go in there. When you go in there, I don't actually want to spoil it, because we're going to do that as, not really together, because it's just me playing, but you guys will be watching, and we'll do that together, so we're not going to spoil it. I know what happens, because I watched a lot of YouTubers play this game. Might as well get to work on eating all the bacon soup. Because time we're gonna go through this without dying, and we're gonna have to be very insanely careful. Actually, no. I'll probably just start another save. Well, no, I don't want to start another save. I'm gonna end the video and start another one just so it doesn't get cut off.